Perhaps inadvertently, trade unions also served as a launchpad for women's activism. Women's numbers had climbed so dramatically in the wartime period that though many had lost their jobs, women now had to be considered. Angry about their positions as second-class union members, women protested seniority lists in which men invariably took precedence over women, benefits for men that covered families while women workers went without appropriate coverage, and the job segregation that resulted in unequal pay. Weakened as unions were by the Taft-Hartley legislation and anti-union attitudes of the late 1940s, some unions turned to family policies to expand the reach of trade unionism. The United Auto Workers extended Walter Reuther's family benefits for men, including paid vacations, health care, and pensions, to women workers. Many trade unions found themselves challenged by women who objected to seniority rules that favored men. Others encountered women protesting benefits that did not include maternity insurance. Addie Wyatt and Esther Peterson led the charge for better benefits for women within unions. And finally, in the early and mid-1950s, women in the public sector began to organize, their numbers escalating slowly until they exploded in the late 1950s and expanded dramatically in the 1960s. Lillian Roberts is my favorite example of a trade union woman who came up from the ranks in this period to become finally president of the Healthcare Workers Union. In 1952, a group of women's organizations joined together to create the National Committee for Equal Pay. Although equal pay had been on the agenda for a very long time, and although union members had supported equal pay for women during the war, they had done it for their own benefit. Now, in 1952, the National Committee for Equal Pay determined that one way to get women into the workforce was to provide them with pay commensurate with their skills. In 1956, the combined AFL-CIO committed itself to equal pay for equal work. These challenges suggest an expanded consciousness of women in the workforce, even as coverture, the domestic code, continued to restrict women from entering jobs that were normally held by men. Occupational segregation did not diminish in the 1950s, and because occupational segregation persisted, the proportion of female to male pay continued to fall. It fell to 60% of men's pay by the end of the 1950s. That meant that a full-time working woman was earning only 60% of what the average full-time working man earned. Late into the 60s, I can remember wearing a button that proclaimed 59.5 cents as the worth of a woman's work.